Good morning. Welcome to day 110 of the 5 a.m. squat club. Today we've got a strength session, a heavy day of back squats, strict dumbbell presses, because if you're not working strength, you're missing out. Afterwards, we're gonna make progress towards our goals. Let's go. Step one, if you're new here, I'm Adam, by the way. I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years, and this morning routine will get you to your goals. Step one, we're to prime our minds. Grab yourself a weight as a counterbalance. You might find this a little bit tight when you put your feet underneath your hips and sit down. You may find it a little uncomfortable, so grab yourself a weight out in front and you can find that counterbalance. So first thing we're gonna do is prime our minds. We're choosing the thoughts that come into our head first thing in the morning, so we're not chasing our defaults all day. So first one is I am responsible. And that's all about my choices and my reactions will lead to my success or my failure. Nobody else is going to do it for me. Nobody's going to come wake me up at 4:30. It's on me. I am responsible for my life. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. And that's just so, if something happens that I wouldn't necessarily love, I don't just freak out right away. I take some time and breathe, and I give a response that I'm more proud of. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. That's just about allowing myself to take a step and not worrying about the end goal as much. We're aiming to just make progress every day so that when you look back in a year, you're amazed at where you've been, as opposed to being frustrated with the fact that you have not started. And the last is I choose gratitude. I want to see the positive. I have a tendency to not do that because I focus on the corrections that need to be made as a coach, all of the problems so that they can be corrected. But that's not necessarily the best when thinking about your family or the people that you love. So I will choose gratitude so I can focus on the positive things and see more of them. So I'm responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. I choose gratitude. Perfect. Step two. Good morning, Yaroslav. Step two is going to be our warm-up. As I was saying, we've got some heavier squats today and some dumbbell presses, so we're not going to do that before we prime our bodies. So let's get into that. First, we're going to get in some hip flexor warm-up in the form of knee raises here. Trying to pull ourselves into our squat, maybe 5 to 10 per side. I'll go through this with you, followed by some good mornings. Just going to give a quick demo. Some lunges, nice vertical front shin. Front heel stays on the floor, followed by some slow burpees. Just starting to get the blood flowing. And then some air squats. Just that time on there. So come on through the warm-up with me. If you want, you can hop on a machine. If you got another warm-up that you like to do, feel free. Make sure that the lower body is warm and the upper body. And then maybe while we're warming up, we'll chat about strength in general and maybe the need for it. As I said, I've been coaching for 25 years, and I'd say specifically over the last 13 or so, since I've owned the CrossFit affiliate in 2012 is when we started. You'll get, generally it's not the people who are coming in to start, but it'll be their friends. You'll chat with someone who's not necessarily looking to start an exercise plan, but they have a lot of questions, right? Maybe they think they're looking out for their friend or whatever it is, but the question is oftentimes, well, why do you need to lift so heavy? I don't want to be, I think that the phrase is usually, I don't want to be muscle bound. I don't want to be huge. And there's a few things wrong with that I kind of like to get into. First, you're not going to get huge. And I think this often comes from ladies, guys maybe want to get huge, but realistically, you're not going to get huge. You're not going to change your body shape unless you change your hormones. So if you take some steroids, yeah, you might get huge. But I can work out every day, all day, and I'm not going to get huge. And realistically, it's not going to be heavy weights that are going to make you huge anyways, if that's the case. heavy weights are going to make you strong. And so the reason that, I'll tell these people that you need to do strength work, you need to do things that are heavier than maybe you're used to, or than maybe even you want to, is because you want a buffer. So if my regular everyday life requires me to be able to do this, right? So I got a toilet, I got to be able to sit on the toilet and stand up. That's the capacity that my life requires. I mean, realistically, my life requires a lot more than that, but say that's the minimum level. If I only practice that, or less than that, if I only do that when I'm required to do it in regular life and I don't practice it, as I decrease in capacity over time, right, as I get old, and I lose a little bit of capacity for things, eventually that practice is not going to be enough to get me off of there. So the reason why we lift heavy, the reason why we do strength, as I always say, is to create a buffer between that. So if that's my daily requirement, I want to have so much more capacity above that, so that as I decrease in capacity with age, even when I'm at least, I still have the capacity for the basics. That's the idea, so that I where someone needs to care for me, right? I want to create capacity for life. Something just fall down there. And that means getting basically as strong as possible and maintaining that as long as you can. There are caveats there, obviously, that we want to make sure that we're doing it safely and efficiently and effectively and all that, and that our technique's good so that we're not hurting ourselves. But at the same time, build a buffer, build capacity so that you can do those things without risk. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of extra prep here just for the shoulders, because we will be going overhead. So we're gonna hinge the hips, and we're gonna come into a Y. Just trying to keep a nice neutral spine, just reaching the arms overhead as high as you can. Good morning, whoever else is there. Yaroslav. Drop a comment if you're here. Your thoughts on strength. We're gonna get into our back squats here, maybe even just a set of arm circles for the dumbbell. So if you're thinking about, keeping it light or not being someone who pushes the weight a little bit, consider that, right? There's a lot of value in it. It's not just for power lifters or bodybuilders. Everybody should be lifting heavy. My mom is 69. She just turned 69 a couple days ago. She weighs 110 pounds. She just squatted 135 with a lifetime PR. She needs to be doing that, right? Keep that capacity. All right, let's talk about our workout today. 2 movements. As usual, we're going to alternate minutes for 10 minutes, so 5 sets each. The 2 movements are going to be a strict dumbbell press, something like this, and then a box squat. So we'll talk about the press first. Lock up the body, touch the dumbbell to the shoulder, press it overhead. I like to pause when I get back down here so I don't get that bounce off, but that's up to you. Stop, press. Same thing on the other side. Scaling for this is load, right? You can go as light as just your arm. You can go as heavy as something that will challenge you for 1 or 2 reps. And then the second one is going to be a box squat. So I'm going to do this with a barbell. If I had a squat rack, that would be even better, but I don't. So I'm going to pick up the bar, put it on the back. I'm going to come to a seated position, still in control, the midline, and then I'm going to drive out. I would show you this from the side. Maybe I will with the dumbbell. So lock up tight, hips back, touch, stand. If you don't have a barbell, do this with anything, right? So you can do the same with a dumbbell or with nothing. But I'm just going to lock up the midline, come down, make contact, and drive out of there. And then obviously you could do just a regular squat, or a literal, if you're new, sit and stand. Good morning, Jason. Okay, so now is the time. Take a couple minutes, warm up. I'm gonna start getting some weights on here. Maybe I'll move while I talk. Normally I would fast forward this section if I was editing. So if you need go get some water, set up your space, try out your weights, right? I'm going to take 3 steps to get to my weight here, at least my planned weight. It might not work. We'll see. I've got a goal, but we always have to see how the body feels once we get here. Squat rack would be nice. My right knee has been a little cranky recently, so we'll see how that goes. If you are already, wow, sorry, excuse that noise. If you're already set up, warmed up, ready, then put a like on this video. What else can you do? You can, oh, there's 3 there already, good job. You can share this with somebody. That's what I would really love. If you know somebody who's unhappy with their situation, unhappy with their fitness, with their life, their progress towards their goals, share this with them. Okay, ignore me for a second. That's getting heavier. All right. Oh, that's not even Jason. Who's that? Luca. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. If you're still there. All right, I'm gonna get one more on here, and hopefully I can lift it. It's always a concern for doing this live, as you may see me fail, but it's realistic. I'm very nervous about that. Let me try out my dumbbell. Okay. I'm not going to test this out before we go, so maybe that's a bad move. So if you are ready, it is time. Once again, like, subscribe, share. We're here live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 11 here. Hey, awesome. In Italy. I love that. Okay. So we're going to get going here. Alternating minutes. I'm probably going to do the dumbbell first. Save myself the squat for the end. Once again, I'm pretty nervous about this squat weight. Hopefully I can pick it up. All right. If you guys are ready, let's do this. Let's get music. Sorry. Okay. Let's do this. All right. Dumbbell press. Box squat. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. I'm going to start on my weak side. Maybe 5. I'll probably aim to do, 6 the next round, maybe 7 until it gets challenging, and then keep it there. And on the squat, I might start with 3 and see how it goes. Let's get into it. Thanks so much, Luke. I hope you start joining us. We're here every day, man. Let's go. 10 seconds. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's too heavy. Shit. Wrong move. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be too heavy. Shoot. Jeff. That's not fun. I don't know. That was the first clean. That's not going to work. Jesus. Leave it. You're going to see me eat shit here. That's not good. 5. I'm really nervous about that now. That was way worse than I thought. Shit. Might as well at least get a shot of this failure. Fuck. The mic may fly off like it did in the last one, so. All right. Fuck. Jesus Christ. I need a gym. Ten. Oh my God. Luca, are you joining us, man? 3, 2, 1. Fuck. Probably having breakfast. Look at you panting. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Watch either way. Will you join us another time? We're here every day, man. God. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Play into your hands, or playing your own hands can land your own brand, and damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, confusing me, willing to put in the work now. What it takes to get some power. Take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, until you're prouder. Fuck the doubters, yo downers. 15. I swear to God, they'll let me down. Oh, I messed up, man. Go. Shit. Holy. One more of each. Oh my God. Three. Oh. One more set of squats. I might start a little late. Holy. One more set. Let's go. Try for 5 or 6. 3. Let's go. Try that again. Fuck, where'd the mic go? Take 2 here. Fuck. Oh, shit. That was ugly. Come on, let's go. Fuck. Good job. Catch your breath. Walk around. Recover. Drink some water. Jesus. That was the hardest one. Scariest one. Take your time. Let me know how that went. Share a comment. Was that as hard for you as it was for me? We're going to get into a stretch and a cool down here in a sec. Catch your breath though. Take a minute. That wrecked me. I don't know if the floor is shaking, but I sure am. Oh, you see me miss that clean at the end? Oh, the difference when you don't have a floor to drop that on, holy, makes it scary. Hang on for it. All right, let's get into it here. It's very sweaty. So we're gonna get into a couch stretch or a lunge stretch. Look like this. Take one leg back behind you. You want to think about squeezing the butt cheek on that back leg, sending the hips forwards. Stop it, dog. And we'll aim to stay here for, say, a minute per side. I probably won't remember to check. And we can talk about strength a little bit more. That's kind of what that looks like. Obviously, strength is relative, right? There are other people who would do this twice as heavy, and that would be heavy for them, right? The definition of strength work is like the force that you can output in one effort. You know, as opposed to something like muscular endurance, which is about how much can you sustain over time. Strength is about that single effort. So it's really about absolute load and how heavy can you go, because that's going to produce that stimulus that forces your body to say, oh, okay, I need to be able to lift this load. Whereas if you never go to that place, your body has no requirement to adapt and get stronger, right? That's what's happening when we train. You put a stimulus on your body, and then your body either says, okay, well, I already have the capacity for this, I don't need to do anything. Or it says, holy shit, I can't keep up with that. Let's switch sides. And as a result, I need to improve. I need to, tear down these muscle fibers and rebuild them bigger, better, stronger, develop more oxygen carrying capacity to the muscles, whatever it is that biologically happens. When you push it load-wise, the body has to support it. It has to grow to keep it up. Great job, Yaroslav. You guys are awesome. And okay, so who's GSA office? I thought that was Yaroslav. Sorry, I've been replying to your comments wrong if that's not you. Check in, everybody. Who's here? Did we do the workout? I know, Luca, you just watched. That's all good. So, strength, second account. No, I like it. Comments for both are great, right? All engagement is good. Thank you. Even if you go and comment on the video after it's posted on the replay, that's all good too. But most importantly, share. And maybe let me know here, guys, would you appreciate more lives? I've been thinking about that a whole lot, doing more and more lives. Maybe even doing like all of September every day live. I don't know. Give me your thoughts, though, on if we were to do more of these live. Okay. But we are primed. We are ready. I mentioned at the beginning here, and if you haven't been here before, this is the next step. This is the most important part, maybe, right? We've done our physical and mental priming. We're set to go. But now we need to allocate time, right? I've got goals. I've got dreams. And with my busy life, I will not get there unless I carve it out. That's why I wake up early, so that I can make progress towards my goals every day. So this section I call homework, but we can call it anything you want. You can call it steps towards your new life, whatever you want. It's this time that we allocate towards starting your side hustle, working on it, reading a book to learn a new skill, working on a course, whatever it is that is taking you to the next level, next step in your life. Work on it every day. You'll be amazed at what happens if you carve out an hour every day. That starts to compound. It adds up over time, and you achieve your goals. So I'm not going to go on that too much. Makes sense to try. I love it. We'll call that for today. Those of you that joined, I love you. Those of you that are coming along next time, I love you as well. We're live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm here every day, man. Come do it with us. 5 a.m. Squat Club. Let's go. Homework time. How you doing, dog? What are you guys up to now? Where are we off to? Yaroslav's going to the gym. Cray. You too, Yaroslav. Have an awesome day, man. Go kill it. Beautiful morning. Look at that. We got our planets there. I was corrected the other day. That's Venus and Jupiter, supposedly. And then there's the moon. Go have an awesome day, guys. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for doing the best thing for your body. Let's go.